Hi, this is Steve from SkyTech, and today we're going to install the Nanoleaf Elements Wood Look Hexagons. Now we've done a few of these before, but this is the first time we're actually going to do the wood type. So we'll open this up. Got some instructions here. And these look like wood when you put them on the wall. They actually light up through the wood. So it looks like you have a piece of artistic paneling on the wall, but in reality, it's smart lights. Let's pull these out and see what's behind here. And this is the controller, which also is in the same color as the wood. That's cool. Some connectors. These are what's going to connect the different panels to each other. Looks like some sticky tape. And of course, we have the power supply. Now, this is the only challenge in our install. We could obviously plug this in the wall and plug it right underneath where we're going to have the panels, but these things are made to be so flat and flush against the wall, it's kind of a shame to have a white wire running to it. So let's see what we can do about this. When this house was built, there were conduits already in the wall, so we'll use that. But for this install, we'll plug the power supply in this electrical outlet and then route the cable up the wall. Now the cable's pretty thin, this is a good look at it, and we'll want to route it up the wall and through a small hole in the back, which will hide behind the Nanoleaf panels. So the plan is to plug the power adapter in here and then run the cabling up through this conduit hole to the top. To do that, we'll find a spot conveniently at the top of this where we can drill a hole and drop the cable through to come out our conduit hole. Find a spot somewhere on the wall where we know our Nanoleaf panels are going to go, maybe somewhere around here, directly over the hole that we have in the outlet. We'll drill a small pilot hole, and we'll be careful because this is an outside wall. So you'll notice I got a little bit of insulation here, and we'll need to make this a little bigger. You could use a drywall saw, or we'll just use our drill here. This is pretty simple, just big enough to make the connector fit through the hole on this side. That'll work. All right, so now since this is on an outside wall, we're going to have insulation in our way. And we'll fish this down through the hole, out the bottom. Then we'll hook the cable we need on it, pull it up, and out the hole. So we'll feed that through. Push it down the wall. And there it is. So we'll tape the tape to itself so it's easier to remove later. You don't need a lot on this, you just need to make sure it makes it through the conduit. Just take your time with it. As we come up to the top, see our little handiwork. Just want to be careful we don't mess any of those little connections up on the bottom of the plate. And that's it. I know what you were all thinking. You were like, Steve, you forgot to feed the cable through the hole in the plate adapter. And you were like, oh my gosh, she's going to have to redo it. Aha. I thought that too, but here's what we're going to do. We're actually not going to use the front of that because we'll put all this back in behind the wall. We actually want to make this as tidy as possible, so I'm actually not even going to use that. I'm just going to let it hang down here, and we will tape it or wire tie it to the bottom here anyway, instead of having it just float in this hole. That also allows us the freedom of using this with an Ethernet connection or something else later. We'll plug this in now. Get this ready for that phase. And we'll just tie this nicely, kind of hide it along the top of this trim when we're done with some wire tacks. Get ready to mount it right there. I'll just peel off the tape here. There's some double back tape up here. Push this in the hole. Get ready for our first mount. Let's make sure that that is straight and up because the other ones will be subservient to this one. Now it says keep doing that for 30 seconds. Use a circular motion. You really don't have to do it that long. And by the way, these things have a little bit of rotational give on them. So as long as your stickers in there are nice, this thing will line up properly. So we're going to mount this next one right here at that edge. Same kind of idea. These things just pop in. There's a little bit of give. You drop it in there and line these up and they snap in. Now I did not reveal the sticky tape on this. No problem. Just snap that off, leave that there. Pull off the sticky tape on this side and do the same thing we did for the other one. Pretty simple, right? The biggest challenge in all of this stuff is just getting where you want center to be and make sure that that is level. There you go. We'll go around the pattern that we want and finish this install. Now we've got all our panels installed. The last step is to install the controller. And it's the same idea. We connect these to any of the panels. Let's just put it here on the right panel at the bottom. Same thing. Just pull this a little bit away. Move it behind here, line it up, and press it in. We'll plug in for power. And the panels are ready to pair with the Nanoleaf app. We'll launch the Nanoleaf app, add device, scan QR code. Wow, that was fast. Looking for device. And connection established. Hit pair. Now we hold the HomeKit code and it's added to our home as a light. Setting up, add it to the home. And we'll add it to the office. Hit continue again. We'll leave the name and hit done. Now the last thing we need to do is match the orientation. So we just rotate these here with 2 fingers, align it the way we put it on the wall and hit done. And hit finish and we're set. So our project is done. We've got the Nanoleaf panels installed. We can control them manually here. Increase the brightness and change the color theme itself. And we can control this remotely. There's even a music activated setting right here where it's listening to our music. Some fine tuning here. We went into the Nanoleaf app and changed the name to Hexagons. We do that by going into device settings and tapping on device name twice. We gave it the name Hexagons and hit rename. The cool thing about this is that gets forwarded over to Apple HomeKit. So if we look here at the office, we'll see it's been renamed Hexagons. So now we can control the Hexagons from HomeKit, or we can simply just use our voice. Hey Siri, turn on Office Hexagons. There you go. So let's see what we can do in the app. We can turn on fireflies, which kind of looks like this. They chase each other a little bit. You can imagine having a lot of these in a kid's room and just having those things light up. we can turn on reading white, which gives us just a bright white color. We can obviously turn them off here. And sunbeam's interesting. Let's select sunbeams. So now as we speak, it changes the color and the intensity. And when we stop speaking, it just stays there. Hello. Goodbye. By the way, that flicker that you're seeing in the lights, that's not perceptible in your human eye, but we're filming this at 24 frames per second, and so you can pick that up. It's interesting is if we go to 30, you can still see it. It's very noticeable at 60. This is a challenge with all LED lights. They refresh at a rate where some eyes, like mine, can pick them up, whereas regular incandescent lights tend not to do that. It's really impressive when you go to slow-mo. As you can see, that flash rate is pretty stunning.
If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe.